Hello and welcome to my review of the Chaos Sorcerer Lord for Age of Sigmar. This model will set you back £10. I know, right? £10 for a single plastic mini that you're probably only ever going to buy one of. It's unheard of. I know. But then again, this model is donkey's years old. It's so old, in fact, that not only do you get a 32mm base in there, you get a, whoa, what's this? Your eyes are not deceiving you. This isn't part of a jigsaw piece or anything like that. It's a square base. I know, Warhammer fantasy battles were once fought on using square bases. Made it easy to move your bigger units around the board because they could all slot into movement trays. And this is the square base that you get with the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. Probably cracked earth, maybe you could put some lava in there, blood, whatever. Anyway, this is the Chaos Sorcerer Lord. I mainly bought him because I just fancied a sorcerer. And I don't have a sorcerer in my Slaves to Darkness army, and this is the only one that's available, really. So I bought this guy to complement the army. Of course, I could have gone all the way in and bought a Gaunt Summoner on Disc of Tzeentch, which I probably still will do at some point, but I just thought I'd delve into the Sorcerer's realms with just a typical Chaos Sorcerer Lord at the moment. I will look at the model in detail. I'll go through a few size comparisons with some of the Slaves of Darkness models I've recently purchased, and then I will go through all of the rules from the War Scroll in the brand new Slaves of Darkness Battle Tome. Conversely, you can look at his rules using the Age of Sigmar app on the App Store. The rules are free and available. It's just the picture of him is a little bit small, but I'm a big fan of them doing that. But I'm a big fan of Games Workshop doing that, and I just wish they had an Age of Sigmar equivalent for 40k. You know, for all the detailed rules and things by the codex, and if you want the lore and the fiction and the artwork and the army showcases, fine, get the codex. But for just the War Scroll or just the data sheet, I strongly believe they should be free, like they're already doing with Age of Sigmar. Anyway, enough about that. Let's have a look at the model himself. Or itself. It's a weird model. I mean, it's frightened by this amazing lighting that I've got for this review today, I'm sure. But such a horrible gaunt face with these horns that are protruding out of his head. They're very seamless though, very tapered into his skull itself. They don't look like they've been glued on. He's got some lovely little armour going on with this little trinket, and he's got this long blade too. He's got this staff with the Horus Heresy eye, with an eye there motif, and then he's got this big hand. The articulation of the fingers is very nice for such an old model. I'm wondering whether they put him in fine cast, or I'm wondering whether they originally had him in metal. But either way, this model has stood the test of time a little bit. Of course, I'd love to see a newer Chaos Sorcerer Lord, a bigger one or whatever. But it would still be great to see them upgrade this model and upgrade the Sorcerer model itself, rather than having to either get this one or the Tzeentch Sorcerer, which I would love to get and compare it to this one. It is, I think, £17 or so, maybe a bit more. We'll see, but he's on my shopping list at least. So yeah, quite a decent little model, especially for the price point of £10. You don't get any spare parts with this model. What you see is what you get. Let me just get some models over to give you a few size comparisons. So I always like to start these size comparisons with similar Age of Sigmar models. So here's a little Spire Tyrant, little gladiator. Stay back, sorcerer, otherwise I'll stick you with a pointy end. Prepare to feel my wrath, little gladiator. Yeah, anyway, that's my terrible voice acting. The sorcerer is very tall. He's very tall, slim. Clearly does a park run on a Saturday. Then we've got a larger Spire Tyrant, Gladiator, this guy, Head Claimer. He's a bit taller. Then we've got a Chaos Warrior, similar height, obviously very chunky, like him chunky. And then we've got Chaos Knight on horseback, on a steed. Yes, no match. He's going to flip that flail and yeah, come a cropper. And then, oh, what's that sound? What's that sound? Oh, yeah, it's a Fomeroid Crusher about to squish this little sorcerer into pieces. Yeah, so that's how tall he is compared to other models in this Age of Sigmar range. I'd love to get some other armies, Lumineth Realm Lords, for instance, and give you some more size comparisons. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. But here he is next to one of the newest monsters from Age of Sigmar. Let's move all of these models away and just give you a size comparison with some 40k models. I don't know why. Maybe you could use him in your 40k Chaos army as some kind of apostle, dark apostle or something. I don't know. Who knows? But either way, there's a Space Marine. There's a Primaris. He is... Ooh, that's a close one. Probably say similar height to a Space Marine. A lot slimmer though. And then a Primaris is a little bit taller. But yeah, that's not if you're counting the horns, obviously. But there you go. That's how he sums up to models that mostly everybody knows the size of. Come closer, mere mortal. It is now time, the rules section of my review. So you'll find his rules in the Slaves to Darkness battle tome. He does count as a leader. Minimum unit size is 1, maximum is 1. And he only costs 110 points. Pretty cheap when you're comparing him to the Chaos Lord on a Karkadrak, or just normal Chaos Lord. Same price as a normal Chaos Lord. So his stat line then. His movement speed is 5 inches, his save is 4+, his bravery is 7, and he's got 5 wounds. So that's a slightly worse stat line than a normal Chaos Lord. Chaos Lord has 8 bravery, so 1 better, and 2 extra wounds at wound 7. But still has that same movement speed and save though. Interesting. Even though the Chaos Lord looks like he's clad in sort of better armour. But no doubt that then reflects it in the number of wounds that he has. So the Chaos Sorcerer Lord is a single model armed with a Sorcerer's Staff and Chaos Runeblade. That's that big pointy thing on his back. So the Sorcerer's Staff is a range 2-inch, attacks 1, 4+ to hit, 3+ to wound, -1 rend and damage of D3. Not too bad, you've got 50-50 chance of hitting with that one attack. The Chaos Runeblade, however, is a range 1-inch. He's got 2 attacks this time. It's easier to hit, it's 3+, easier to wound at 3+, but it doesn't have a rend and it only has 1 damage. So that gives you a nice little balance there of rend and damage, and also just normal damage. Mark of Chaos. When you select this model to be part of your army, you must give it one of the following Mark of Chaos keywords: Nurgle, Tzeentch, Slaanesh, or Undivided. Abilities: Oracular Visions. Not Dracula Visions, but Oracular Visions. In your hero phase, you can pick one friendly Mortal Slaves to Darkness unit wholly within 12 inches of this model. If you do so, you can reroll save rolls for attacks that target that unit until your next hero phase. Wow. The unit has to be wholly within 12 inches of him though, but it's a lovely 12-inch bubble there that he's got. And he doesn't have to do anything for it. They get to reroll their save rolls. Magic. This model is a wizard. It can attempt to cast 1 spell in your hero phase and attempt to unbind 1 spell in the enemy hero phase. It knows the Arcane Bolt, Mystic Shield and Demonic Power spells. Brilliant. Demonic Power. This is the spell that we just mentioned. Has a casting value of 6. If successfully cast, pick one friendly Mortal Slaves to Darkness unit wholly within 18 inches, holy moly, of the caster and visible to them. You can reroll hit and wound rolls for attacks made by that unit until your next hero phase. Wow, that is amazing. Now it's got an 18-inch bubble where you can reroll the hit and wound rolls for attacks made by that unit. He is such a buffer, and this is what wizards should do. I mean, yes, he doesn't have that many wounds. Yes, his attacks themselves aren't that great. Combining the Oracular Visions with Demonic Power, and if you want to use Arcane Bolt or Mystic Shield as well, you can do. This guy really hits it out of the park and is excellent value for your points money. Keywords: Chaos, Mortal, Slaves to Darkness, Mark of Chaos, Eye of the Gods, Hero, Wizard, and Chaos Sorcerer Lord. Does he need any more keywords? He is pretty damn good for your Slaves to Darkness army, and that's the way wizards should be, and sorcerers. What do you guys think of the model and the rules? Don't leave home without a wizard, always. Put your thoughts and opinions down below, as always. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. Death to the False Emperor.